Hey guys, thanks for watching. This is In the Shed with Red. It's time for another video. Today we're going to be working on my 15-gallon Fimco sprayer. It's got a 2.1 gallon per minute pump on it that comes with it when you buy them. I'm not sure where I got this one from. Had it for several years. The problem is the pump itself just keeps losing prime. In the middle of spraying, it'll shut off, won't prime. Have to take it apart, end up losing half a day's work, working on my food plots, things like that. So I made the decision to make some changes, and I'm going to show you what I did. So this is the pump that comes on it. It's a high flow Gold Series, 2.1 gallon per minute. It works pretty good the first few times you use it, and then you run into problems. It's full of plastic parts. There's videos on how to take them apart and clean them and fix it. I've used those myself. But I'm to the point now where I'm just sick of it, so made a couple adjustments. What I did was I ended up getting this. This is a Drummond pump, and it comes right here, non-submersible transfer pump, 12-volt battery hookup. So what you can use is if you're somewhere and you need to put pump water into whatever tank that you're using, you're supposed to be able to use this. Well, what I did is I ended up hooking it up to this sprayer, and I'm going to show you how I did it. So I'm not going to take it apart and do it because it takes a lot of twisting and pulling, but this was my rig and how I made it happen. So I have my pump right here. It's hooked to my battery. This water hose actually comes with the pump when you get it. So what I did was I hooked it to the inline, and I just popped the piece in here. It's a little rubber gasket that holds in. This is actually tight now, so I'm not too worried about trash getting in, but I hooked it in. And then you can see in the bottom, actually right there, I used the actual filter that is on there, and I just cut the hard plastic that it's connected to, ran it into the water hose, and then used a clamp. And it works great. It sits right where I need it to. Bring this around, so coming out, I went to Home Depot, picked these fittings up over by where the water sprinklers and yard sprinklers are, and you can find these fittings. So this is a 3/4. It's coming out of my flow, coming into a 1/2-inch connection. And then these are over by the water sprinklers as well. And this is just a flex in, and I bring it back into another 1/2-inch, and then I brought it into my boom. This is my transfer pipe. So here we have the boom, we have the bypass, which runs back into the tank, and then we have the hose that runs to our hand sprayer. And coming off of here, I actually broke the pressure gauge on it. So I just put this is a 1/2-inch cap. I just plugged it with some silicone and then put the cap on and glued it in place. It works great for what I've got going now. I broke this. This is the reason this is on. You won't have to do this unless you've damaged yours, but I actually broke this piece. So again, just found this piece over at the Home Depot, hooked it in with a couple connections, clamp, water hose. I brought it around, and I actually, on mine, I put a pivot in here. I put a valve, that way I can turn it off and on. Mine was wanting to leak at the end of the line. So there you have it. I'm going to run it for you one time, and we'll go from there. All right, so here we go. We're going to run the sprayer. I'll put just a little bit of water in so we can do this for the video. So again, line coming out, goes into the pump, comes around into my bypass valves. We'll turn the bypass off now. We'll run the boom. That's how we'll run this video. So it's going to be loud. That is one thing. It's a lot louder than the actual sprayer that comes on it, so just be prepared for that. But otherwise, it actually has more power and seems to spray better now. So here we go. And disclaimer, this is just water. I'm not spraying chemicals on the ground. Thanks for watching In the Shed with Red.